Don't gaslight yourself. You know how this program works. Let them operate as they wish, and you continue to calmly do you. Now is the time for the beginning of the end of you gaslighting yourself. All right, you're no longer going to gaslight yourself. You're going to put confidence in what you know to be true, and you're going to most importantly, keep your confidence within you. Because when a person begins to doubt what they're experiencing or what's happening around them, it could make them question their own reality, which will make a person doubt themselves, which will make a person not think that they're too, on board with how their life is going. And they do that to cause confusion. The devil is the author of confusion. The devil uses them to bring confusion into your life. He wants you confused. He doesn't want you knowing which end is up, whether you're coming or going, and these attacks on the mind make a person think that if it's not happening like they think it is happening, that there's something wrong with them. All right, so now this is the beginning of the end of you thinking that there's something wrong with you because of what others are forcefully trying to put you through, object you to, all right, make you experience. So you're not going to try to prove anything anymore. You're not going to try to get anyone to believe your story anymore. You're not going to try to force your world or your views down people's throats. People could either subscribe to what you're saying or they could not. All right, we're done trying to explain ourselves to people. We're done trying to tell other people what we're going through. Now's the time for us to just accept our reality as far as how people try to affect us, but also accept our reality in the sense that we're going to deal with it. We're going to take it head on. We're going to face it. We're going to face the funk to get what we want. All right, we're not going to fake the funk. We're going to face the funk. All right, and facing the funk is accepting that, my experience is slightly different. There are things that take place in my life that don't take place in the lives of others. There are things that happen to me that the average person doesn't have happening to them. So when you go to explain things to people and, you don't get the desired result or it doesn't have the type of effect that you would wish, now we're done getting upset over that, because all that's going to lead you to is getting upset. All that's going to do is lead to you getting upset. So when you're trying to prove something that's valid to you and other people are, in disbelief, it's extremely frustrating, because it's like you're trying to get these people caught. You're trying to expose them. You're trying to get other people to feel where you're coming from and to be able to see what you see. But like the movie They Live, it's going to be a fight to try to make people put on the glasses. And if you've seen the movie They Live, that was a serious fight between those two gentlemen. All right, that was a serious fight between those two dudes. So why waste all your time trying to fight with other people over what you know to be true? You know it's true. All right, if a bird flies over your head and it's a bird that nobody ever saw before except for you, it's like you're on a safari and you're looking for new animals, and it's like, yo, I just seen a new species. Other people are like, we didn't see it. No, you didn't. It's like, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean that I didn't also. But trying to prove things to people can be strenuating. All right, it could be too stressful, and it could separate you and your loved ones, your friends, family. It will separate you from them, because you'll always have something that you're trying to get them to see or something you're trying to prove to them, and they're still going to be in disbelief of your experience, like the Skittles commercial experience. All right. So just don't gaslight yourself. All right. We're done believing other people over ourselves when it's something that we know to be true. All right. You know that there are people that act weird around you. You know that. All right. You don't have to gaslight yourself when they go to do the things that they do to try to bother you and get on your nerves. You know, the non-touch torture, stalking by proxy, all these types of psychological warfare, mind games that they play. You don't have to try to prove that to anyone else. You just have to live your life and just get through the attack. All right. Pray your way through the attack. Focus your way through the attack. Just get to where you're trying to go. Do what you have to do. Keep your mind on yourself. Pay attention to yourself. Focus on what you have going on. And don't really worry too much about other people. And I always used to hear growing up, Drew, you're worried too much about other people. But it wasn't the fact that I was worried about other people. Other people were worried about me too much. And as a young man, I didn't know how to go about handling that. You know, I'm just trying to live my life, and I'm unaware of what I was going through. All right. You didn't just wake up and become targeted. It probably was something that you were unaware of. When you look at the things you experience now, and if you can look back or remember, like when you were younger, you probably have experienced certain things. You may just not have known what to recognize it as, or you may not have recognized it as stalking. All right. So there are people out there that stalk. I don't know how people don't, believe that. I guess no offense to the ladies, and I know it's none taken, but I guess you have to be a female or, someone, where it's believable to where people will put some truth to what you're saying. But the whole moral of the story is that you don't need them to put truth to what you're saying. You don't need them to believe in what's true to you. You don't even need to explain to them or tell them what's true to you. It's best you most likely just keep it to yourself, because they may even try to use it against you or hold it against you. All right, now's the time where we're not explaining ourselves to people. We're not saying too much. We're keeping our business to ourselves, because there are people who will try to weaponize it. There are people who will try to weaponize it against you. So don't gaslight yourself. There are manipulators out here. There's narcissists out here. There's, energy vampires, gang stalkers, psychopaths, sociopaths. Not to, make the world look bleak or, depressing. But if you're in the jungle, it's not just cute, cuddly animals. It's not just, oh, look at the elephant. Oh, look at the bugs. Oh, look at the baby monkeys. There's chimpanzees, orangutans. They'll eat your whole face off. And if somebody's like, yo, we in the jungle, we got to watch out for these lions, these tigers, these orangutans, these chimpanzees that'll bite your whole face off, rip your whole face off. Y'all, you all remember that lady who brought one into her home. She had to call 911. Hello, my pet monkey is attacking my gorillas. My pet gorilla's attacking my friend. Help, help. It was too late. That lady sued her. That monkey tore her limb from limb, ripped that face clean off. That's a whole monkey. That's not a cute, cuddly creature. That monkey got upset that day and was sitting there looking at that woman like, you know what? I'm tired of you. Don't gaslight yourself. That lady was probably gaslighting herself. Well, you know what? It's not that dangerous. Or, it's a whole grown male chimp. Don't have it in your house. It'll rip your face off. So with that being said, for the people who say, oh, this channel is negative or this, that, and the other, you have to be aware of the type of people that are moving and shaking in the world that you may run into. Just because you don't want to hear something doesn't mean it doesn't exist, or just because you don't want to be aware of something or talk about something or that you don't care about something doesn't mean it's not happening to other people. But if it's not happening to other people, they're more than likely to not care about it. So you have to not get offended over that as well, or doubt yourself or gaslight yourself over that as well. All right. So people will minimize your experience and try to get you to believe that, maybe you need some help, or, maybe you're seeing things, or things aren't really how you might see them. And it's not cool when people do that, but that's why you keep it to yourself. You only talk to people who are, like-minded, people who are going through it, or people who have went through it. All right. You know how this program operates. So it's really nothing that I would continue to try to prove to anyone else. I wouldn't waste my time. I would just get back to living my life. And we have to get to a level of acceptance. We have to accept that everybody else's life is different. They get to go out, they get to be themselves, enjoy themselves, and there's really nothing other than being safe or regular people type stuff that they have to worry about or focus on. They don't have to, worry about who's going to jump out their car as soon as they get into the parking lot, or other types of weird stalkish behavior. Like people really do a number on some of us, but we've worked our mind around it to a point to where we could just accept it, and we look at them for what it is. All right, you want to act like a fool, then to me, I'm going to label you as a fool. You're a fool in my sight. All right, that foolish behavior is not worth trying to prove to other people what's happening to you, because they do it in such a way to where no one is going to believe what's happening. But I just find it interesting that, if they put a news story on TV about someone being stalked, people will believe it. But when it's little old you and you like, hey, yo, somebody's stalking me, people don't really see you as that important. And it's messed up. If it was them, you would be like, wow, really? That's happening to you? Let's get this checked out. Let's see what we can do. Let's solve this. Let's work this out some way, somehow. But other people aren't like that, and that's why what? Wow. All right. That's why you're stalked in the first place, because you're not like other people. All right. And we have to accept the fact that we're different, and the type of spirit and the type of personality that we have and the type of person that we are draws a lot of attention. All right. When you are a different kind of person and you're empathetic, and you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes, or you actually can hear people out, you actually are open-minded, you're not closed-minded to certain things being true. You know that we live in a false reality, a matrix, where there are lies, more lies than truths, but the lies and the truth is being exposed in the day and age that we're living in. All glory to the Most High. But they really don't, if it's not happening to them, they're really not going to be concerned. They're not going to care. So it's something that you have to deal with all on your own. And I know that's hard. I know it's difficult to feel like, yo, there's nobody there for me. There's no one I could talk to. There's no one that has experienced what I've been through. And that's why I feel this is a good channel. All right. If you'd like to, book a session with me, you can. I'm here for you. We can talk. All right. So you don't have to feel like that, because when there is just one person that you could be like, yo, man, how'd it go for you today? Well, it was good. It was a little easier for me today, but I got through it. Even just watching this video is enough, to have the confirmation that, there are people who are thriving, people who are not just surviving, but thriving, people who are actually turning their lives to what they want instead of turning their mind over to what they don't. So that's really all you have to do, is turn your mind over to what you want. Even in the midst of hell, you got to call some type of heaven down. And even though it's happening around you, since you have no control over it, it's best to just allow the things around you to happen around you. It's best for you to accept that you have no power over the things that happen around you, as far as what people's choices are, because everyone has free will. Someone wants to operate in a program that's going to send them straight to hell when they pass away, then hey, that's what they choose to do today. This person is creating a way for them straight to hell. That's fine. That's what they chose. That's the life they chose. They chose to be an evil person. So we have to allow people to be who they are. It's like we want to be, course, we want to stop it because it's a crime. All right, it's a crime. They're criminals. It's something that's bad that's happening to someone. And, you know, people don't necessarily appreciate when bad things happen to them, but why not you? All right, you were made for it. You were built for it. You're beginning to see the capabilities of the divine mind. All right, and you're just seeing how strong you are each and every time. All right, your mind is very powerful, and you're going to be able to work through their harassment. You're going to be able to work through their stalking. You're going to be able to work through their mind games, their psychological warfare. All right, you may think that it's not anything that's going to serve you in the long run, but it will. All right, so you just have to keep fighting, and you keep fighting by keeping your mind on what you want, because if you let them, they'll have you thinking and focusing on everything that you're not supposed to, because that suits them best. That suits their situation better, because they have to feed off of you. So what they have to do is they have to break you down. All right, they use fear, they use mind games, they use isolation. They want you to try to explain yourself to other people, and they also want you to try to prove yourself to other people, something that no one has to do. You don't have to explain yourself, you don't have to prove yourself, and you shouldn't try to, especially when it comes to something covert as, you know, proxy stalking, and something where like psychological warfare, where people are you know, doing things to get a reaction out of you, doing things to get your attention, doing things to steal your focus, your time, your energy. All right. And these are what these entities feed off of, to give them strength to remain powerful in this physical realm, with all the, you know, spiritual things happening and going on that not the average person can see. And you have to come to the conclusion and be in acceptance of the fact that you're just not the average person. And there are things that happen to you that don't happen to other people. Stop trying to prove yourself. Stop trying to explain yourself. Stop trying to get other people to see your world for what it is. You see your world for what it is, see the world for what it is, and just move accordingly. There are people that are in your way purposefully doing things to try to prohibit you and stop you from getting ahead. You have to use your mind and your focus and your power and your heart and your courage to go about doing it anyway. I saw a video the other day. It said, bravery is being afraid and acting brave anyway. So even though if you're afraid, acting brave is being brave. That's bravery. Bravery is acting brave. People who are afraid, people who act brave are still afraid. They're just acting brave. So everybody deals with fear. Some people just, they don't show it. Some people are fearless because they've hopped into that bravery character so many times that you act brave. You have your brave idea of yourself. That's your superhero. That's your character in this movie called life. So act brave in times where, you may not feel your strongest. You may not feel mentally sound, or you may be about to react. Act like the person who doesn't react. See yourself as someone that can move through the matrix like Neo. See everything happening around you and see yourself as being unaffected. See yourself as being unaffected by the things that others are doing around you, because you can't control it anyway. The only thing that you can control is your own mind. All right, so it's not easy to have people do things and act like they're not doing them. You've seen the movie Gaslighting. You see the movie Gaslight. All right, the dude would move the stuff around her house and then pretend he didn't do it. There are people that do that, but not everyone has the amount of mental aptitude to see it. There are people who can look at elections and look at the world stage and look at the world as it is, and they can see that it's all one big game. It's all one big play. It's not real, down to the politicians, down to everything. It's real in a sense, but in a sense it's not. So the fact that you can see that it really doesn't mean anything except for what people put into it and how dependent they are upon it, you can see that, if people did for themselves, that whole structure would collapse. And that's why you get attacked, because you have a mindset that will destroy this whole entire structure if people start catching on to your light that God gave you to use, all right, to spread information, to raise people's awareness to what they're going through, so that they could put a name on certain things. They know they don't have to react to certain things. They know they can remain unbothered. All right, don't punish yourself because of somebody else's ill intentions towards you. Anger is a self-inflicted punishment that we give to ourselves when things don't go our way. We can't figure out what we're experiencing. We don't know why people are behaving the way they are around us. We don't know why our coworkers are all coming up against us when we're just trying to do our job and stay out the way. I ain't never seen so many people get in my way for trying to stay out the way. Somebody put that in the comments. I've never seen so many people get in my way for me trying to stay out the way. It didn't make sense, and it was extremely frustrating. It's like, I'm not bothering you. I'm not doing nothing to you. I'm staying out of the way, but you're still purposely placing yourself into my way. All right. They want to be a part of your reality because you have a strong amount of energy. All right. And you have a certain level of awareness. Your light shines really bright. All right. You can see things for what they are. This is a facade. This is fake. This stuff isn't real. It don't mean nothing. But still, you got to get something for yourself. You can't be naked out here in this world. So just don't gaslight yourself, all right? Don't think that because other people can't see it, what's happening isn't happening. Just because it's happening to you and people are acting like they're not doing anything doesn't mean that that's true. People can do things and act like they're not doing it all the time. Kids do that. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. It's non-touch torture. That's what it is in a nutshell. They're kids and they're doing the I'm not touching you game, but they're playing with your mind. And that could be stressful because it's like when people play with your mind and life is already doing that enough as it is, it's like you could do some things to some people for the way that they try to get you to feel, think, and behave. And it's like, yo, you trying to affect my behavior? It's like you almost want to, put somebody in a body bag, but it just really isn't worth it because that's not going to stop the attacks. All they're going to do is hire or solicit somebody else's services. All they're going to do is find someone else. And I mean, they may even put you in jail. All right. So we definitely, capital D. All right. All the way to the Y. Don't want that. All right, you definitely don't want to be sitting in jail over something that you could have controlled yourself over and just let go. So, don't gaslight yourself. Don't necessarily not gaslight yourself and focus on, well, it is true. They're doing this. That's what they're doing. Don't do that with your mind. Just don't gaslight yourself and take, your reality for what it is. Man, this is rough. This is difficult, but I still have to move through this world. I still have to go to the store and shop, even though people are doing street theater. I still have to, go take care of myself and work and make money and provide for myself, even though I'm getting mobbed at this job. So you have to accept your reality for what it is. You have to accept people for who they are. And when things are happening that are different to you, that don't seem to be happening for other people, don't take it personal. It's happening to me. It's something that I just have to go through to get to the top. The reason why it's happening to me is because I'm going to be rich. The reason why it's happening to me is because I'm working towards becoming successful. The reason why it's happening to me is because God loves me. And, the devil hates me. So he has to send his minions out there to try to stifle that love energy within me because it's strictly, directly connecting me to the Most High. And that's a feeling that money can't buy. Unless you go on a vacation and get you some peace of mind and spend some time out in nature and enjoy God's gracious green earth. The sceneries out there, some nice beaches, some nice getaways, some nice vacation homes. That's got your name written all over it because you deserve it, especially you. All right, they're doing this to you because you know what? God's about to bless me and these haters see it. You know, some of these haters, some of these haters actually have demonic spirits on them, and those demonic spirits may actually see what God has in store for you spiritually. They might even see it waiting for you, and it's like, yo, I gotta block this person's blessing. Let me use this hater and possess them and have this person do my bidding. All right, so don't gaslight yourself. You have to continue to calmly do you. You know, when they're acting and behaving strange around you, calmly do you. When you're trying to move through the store, or you're trying to move through your job, and people are purposely, you know, setting you up, doing things to aggravate you or upset you, stay calm and keep your mind on the task. You know what? All this weird stuff is happening around me, but I have to go to the store. I'm just going to get my milk, my eggs, my cereal, my vegetables, my fruit, and then I'm out. Like when they try to attack your mind, take your mind off the attack. You're basically, they've put you in this game, right? To where you have to control your mind and just keep putting it on more positive things, because you're a positive person already. So what they're doing is they're trying to take you out that positive state by the attacks that they make you endure. So with each attack, you have to use your mind to counteract. I'm going to say that again. With each attack, you have to use your mind to counteract instead of react. Counteract instead of react. A counteraction is a response. All right, a reaction is just a reaction. So you have to counteract by pretending that you don't see them, being patient. All right, so you're going to have to pretend that what you're experiencing isn't bothering you that bad. It isn't in your way all like that. They don't really mean it. You're not going to look at it in a way that's going to cause you to have hate or disdain. And because that's going to cause you to be impatient. All right. And they do things to purposefully get in your way. All right. They do things to purposefully get in your way. That's what all the competitions are about. You know, making you have to, you know, putting you in second place and putting themselves in first place. You know, inconveniencing you, doing things to cause you inconvenience, doing things purposefully to cause you to be irritated. It's a lot, because you're not doing anything to anyone, and I understand just how wrong that is and just how bad it makes you feel. But you have to accept that and get past that and just look at it as, you know what? I'm a king. You know what? I'm someone special. You know what? I'm someone great. They're going to act like this. They're going to behave like this. These spirits cannot take God's great creation. You know, us chosen ones. This spirit cannot take God's greatest creation, you know? And it's just a positive way to see yourself and to look at yourself. I am God's greatest creation. That's going to take your mind off of their foolishness and put you back into a divine mental state. All right. And the divine mind, as we all know by now, it has no problems. So when pre-attack and gang stalking, your mind is in a divine state. Things are going well for you. You're comfortable. You're peaceful. You're enjoying yourself. And then here comes here comes the witchery. They're trying to bewitch you. All right, here comes the negativity. So and when it gets negative, you have to play the game, not with them, but with your own self, with your mind. Play the game mentally to win, and keep jumping them, keep double jumping them, keep taking all their pieces, keep playing chess with them, and do your best with them. All right, you have to be patient, and you have to basically just use your mind to overcome what they're trying to do, which is cause you to be negative. When they try to cause you to be negative, quickly let us go up at once and move your mind to something different. All right, when Ezekiel was taken up in the Bible, that's equivalent to you having a spacecraft, a spaceship of positivity, and allowing yourself to go up at once and flee from the negativity. All right, so once they try to put you on the foundation and the ground level of negativity, you have to elevate. You know, this is why they say vibrate higher. This is why they say take the high road. I'm not just taking the high road. I'm letting the chariot swing low and pick me up, because I want to ride. All right, I want to ride. All right, I want to ride. So, just allow yourself to be taken up by the spirit of greatness and positivity and all things good, all things godly. So that way, these attacks won't be attacking. All right, that their power won't be powering. All right, it'll be empowering to you. All right, so this will allow you to be empowered. It will allow you to alleviate all states of weakness, because they want to put you at a low vibration. They want to put you in a state of weakness. They want to put you in a mode where all you're doing is feeling like a victim. So you don't have to feel like a victim, especially when you're not. So they'll try to put you in that mind state, and don't let them do it. But also, don't gaslight yourself. All right, you know how this program works. You know how they operate. Calmly do you. Calmly go about your day. Calmly wait for these people to get out the way. Calmly wait in line, even though they do the same thing to you every time. All right, so you have to move in a way that's going to allow you to beat them and defeat them. All right, your affirmations are cheat codes. How you choose to use your mind is a cheat code. They want to put it on something negative, you quickly put it back on something positive. They want to take you out of your divine mind, you quickly put your thoughts back on your divinity. So don't gaslight yourself, and you know how this program works. It's time to make this program work for us. These people are working for us. Never forget that. They're making you better. They're making you level up. They're making you think more clearer. So if you already know what's happening around you, don't gaslight yourself, and don't try to prove it to other people. Hey, you see this is happening around me, right? You see this is my life, right? You see this is my reality, right? People aren't really going to be into it like that, because it's just not happening to them. And you can't make a person focus on something that they don't want to focus on. And people will end up thinking that, oh man, this person is so negative. You can't try to prove things to people who don't want to be proved, who don't want it to be proved to them. You can't try to make people see what you see. It's going to be just like the movie They Live. That man damn near had to whoop his you-know-what to make him put them glasses on. And you're going to have to go through so much with people mentally to try to get them to see what it is you're going through. There'll be those that are aware. There'll be those that can tell. There'll be those that are on it. But then there'll be those who will look at you like you're on something, or you need to be. So it's neither here nor there, but it's something that you should definitely work towards doing for yourself, because the more mentally efficient you can be, the more mental strength that you can acquire, all right, the more that you're going to be able to hit them with the fire of your desire, all right, which is being able to just move through life like nothing's happening. All right, move through life like ain't nothing going on around you. All right, you're in an ocean of energy. There's a whole bunch of different energies. There's a whole bunch of different, entities. So you just have to accept this reality for what it is. You are able to see into the spirit world. You're able to see into the spirit realm. You're able to see spiritual things happen in this physical realm. So meditate. All right, meditation is something that's going to give you patience. Taking deep breaths is going to allow you to let that negativity exit. They want to fill you with stress. They want to fill you with worry. And they're also trying to attack your heart, because your heart chakra, love and faith, is your shield. All right, the love comes out of your heart. It comes out of your soul, comes out of your mind. They want to lower that frequency, so that way, the people around you won't be able to pick up on that vibration, and they can't get healed. That's why when people come around you, they get healed, because your love frequency is so strong, and it is so attractive, and it's so powerful, and it's so magnetic that people can feel the force. But not only does it attract your soul tribe, it affects people who are trying to distract you from your goals, people who want to steal that light, entities, energy vampires, narcissists, people who are looking for that supply because they have some spirit on them that needs to eat, and they have to feed that demon. So we're no longer gaslighting ourselves. We're no longer trying to prove things to people. We're no longer trying to get people to see things from our point of view, because we already know what's up. So now all there's left to do is just to operate through this reality calmly, smoothly, and keep our mind focused on our agenda and our objective. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. I'll see you next time. Peace.